meteorologist Ashley Smith here in the First Alert Streaming Center on this Wednesday, and made it to the middle of the week, maybe back to school for some kids, some parents experiencing that back to school, the beginning of the new school year. So nice weather. It was a chilly morning, and actually I should bring in the graphic of how cool it was this morning. Here we go. Because it was downright chilly in some locations with temperatures in the 40s. Now, CVG was a little warmer at 53 degrees, but it was 49. That was the low in Hamilton and Middletown. It was 46 in Harrison, 49 in Batavia and at Lunken. Wilmington, 48 degrees. So it was a chilly morning, no doubt about that. We have seen those temperatures start to warm up across the area. Obviously, at this noon hour, we're seeing that warmer weather too. So warming trend will continue for the next several days. Temperatures today actually going to be a lot like what we had yesterday, but still going to continue that warming trend. Outside right now, Clovernook Country Club, a beautiful day with those temperatures right now getting close to 70 degrees. Obviously dry conditions, just a few of those fair weather clouds, and just similar conditions across much of the area with a few of those fair weather clouds, and not quite as windy as yesterday. Yesterday we had those stronger kind of gusty winds across the area that made it a little bit more uncomfortable to be outside. Not the case today. The winds are much calmer. And of course, it is dry and expected to stay dry not only throughout the day today, but throughout the next several days. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to adjust this so that we can see more. You can see the rain off to the west across parts of Missouri and Illinois. None of that expected to impact us here at home. It's going to remain a dry week overall because we have high pressure just firmly in control, kind of steering all of the clouds and the rain away from us. And here in the region, here in the tri-state, we're just experiencing that very dry air. Now, of course, just want to remind you that we do need some rain across parts of the area. We still are in drought conditions in parts of the tri-state. This will be updated tomorrow with the latest with the drought monitor. But parts of the region in that moderate drought or abnormally dry, and then you go even into the Ohio Valley and it gets worse. Severe drought, even extreme drought in parts of West Virginia. So yeah, folks do need the water, do need the rain. And unfortunately, we really don't see any plentiful rain like we could use in that 7-day forecast. So if you're planning to do any kind of yard work, and pardon me because this might not be updated. Yeah, well, Friday could be good as well. Going to be very nice for any of that yard work over the next several days. And another thing, hold on one second, let me pull it up here. Tropics are calm, which is good news because as we approach, yeah, see, there's no storm to even put a name on there. Now, of course, we always want to watch, keep an eye on the tropics. What they would be watching from the National Hurricane Center is any kind of storms that kind of come off of Africa and head west. But we just don't see anything. As a matter of fact, National Hurricane Center said for the next 7 days, there's nothing that is expected to pop up. Of course, that could change, but they typically are able to see these things at least 7 to 10 days out, and they don't see anything right now. So that's good news. If you're vacationing, perhaps even for Labor Day weekend, right now it's looking pretty good because Labor Day weekend is only, 10 days away at this point. So yeah, looks good for any of those beach vacations. Temperatures right now in the 60s and 70s here at home, 71 at Lunken, 72 in Hamilton, 68 degrees in Lebanon. Batavia and CVG both at 69 degrees. And again, those winds are much calmer today compared to yesterday. Out of the north right now at 8 miles per hour. Dew point at 47. That's actually dropped compared to where we were earlier this morning. So very dry air in place with that sun setting at 8:25. Not a big temperature change. Temperatures today are going to be very similar to what we had yesterday. But again, I think what has changed are those wind speeds. Still going to have some gusts at times, 21 miles per hour at Lunken, the same in Wilmington. So still breezy conditions, but just not quite as widespread maybe or persistent as what we had at times yesterday. So your high today will be in the mid 70s, about 75 degrees, still going to see lots of sunshine. That's about 10 degrees cooler than the normal high of 85. So it is going to be an unusually cool day today, but a lot like what we had yesterday. And then overnight tonight, it's going to turn rather cool as well. We'll have those overnight lows again in the 40s and 50s, much like we did last night and into this morning. The dry air stays in place for the next couple of days with those dew points staying in the 40s Thursday and Friday. But then we do see those dew points start to climb up as we head into the next couple of days. I'm going to have to pause this for 1 second. My car's in the shop and they're calling me right now. So. Okay, thank you. That was actually good news from the car is not in such bad shape. Let me, this will give me an opportunity to answer some of your questions. I know Rachel's asking about the chance for severe storms next week. We'll dive into that. Yes, the drought monitor will be updated tomorrow. Chances are, even though we got some rain over the weekend, it's still going to show that many of us are still in a drought. Because some of that rain that we did get over the weekend came so heavy that there was a lot of runoff, unfortunately. How do you see the rest of September being really warm? Okay. Somebody's asking about the long term. We can look at that as well. Good questions today. So, okay. I will get to those. I guess I already showed you what today's forecast is, but there you go. Temperatures in the mid 70s. As we look forward to tomorrow, of course, we actually have two big events happening. We have the Bengals preseason game at Paycor Stadium. We have the Green Day concert at Great American Ballpark. So there is a lot going on. I thought that I had that Green Day, which of course it's going to be the same, or at least similar temperatures, just a little bit different timing. The Green Day concert starts a little bit earlier because of the opening acts. But either way, temperatures will be in the 70s for the first part of the evening and then falling down into the 60s. Remember, that game is on Fox 19 now. If you're not going to the game, you can watch it right here. Then we do see dry weather again, kind of a chilly evening tonight. Temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s again, and then we climb into the upper 70s, low 80s tomorrow. We continue that warming trend all the way through the weekend. As a matter of fact, here's kind of a sneak preview of the weekend. The Germania Society Oktoberfest, one of the first Oktoberfests this season, hard to believe, but starting this weekend, and it should be pleasant conditions. Getting warmer each day, but temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Okay, let's look ahead to that 7-day forecast. Temperatures will remain in the 70s today, but climbing back to the 80s tomorrow and on Friday. Reds are back in town on Monday. Don't want to forget that. I know we don't have the icon on here, but yes, the Reds are back in town on Monday. Temperatures will be in the 90s. So warm weather expected. And then Tuesday and Wednesday is when we see that next chance for rain. Okay, let's look at the rain. And then somebody asked about the extended forecast, the long range forecast. So I'll look at that as well. Okay, so, okay. Obviously no rain. We've already talked about this. No rain for the weekend, but you can see now that I'm widening the view how close the rain gets. So Sunday it kind of dissipates as it gets closer toward the tri-state. Monday, again, gets really, really close. We do think it dissipates before it gets here, but perhaps if you have weekend travel plans and you're coming back from town, back to town Sunday night or Monday, you probably encounter that rain off to the west. Tuesday, here's what happens on Tuesday. The chances for severe weather are still kind of unknown, but what happens is we see these storms that they kind of pulse up pretty quickly. I think the chance for severe weather is rather small. However, I do think that there could be some strong winds associated with these storms that continue Tuesday night and into early Wednesday morning, especially as they push to the east, which again, if you remember that drought monitor, they need the rain to the east. Of course, they obviously don't want severe storms. So it does look like Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning, we could have some strong storms. At this time, I would not necessarily say the chance for severe weather is high, but it's definitely there. So we'll have to continue to watch that again Tuesday into Wednesday. Then it looks like, and this is next Thursday, the 29th, Friday, the 30th, more chances for rain, which I just got an email from somebody. There was a baseball game back in April that got postponed to next Friday, and unfortunately it looks like they're going to have rain again. It was postponed because of rain. So, but this is really far out. Speaking of far out, let's look at I don't know. I will find this. It just might take me a second to find those long range models. Yeah, okay. Let me see here. So it does look like we get kind of much needed rain in the coming days. Next week, not this weekend. This weekend, any kind of outdoor activities will be just fine. Okay, here we go. Extended outlook. That's what it is. Okay, so here, wonder if I have to pull this out. Okay, so this goes into, so this is the next 3 to 4 weeks. This is a precipitation outlook. So this is from August 31st through September 13th. It looks like for us, we still stay in that, well, it's staying near normal, but we're kind of on the cusp of that drier than normal. So staying dry through at least the next 3 to 4 weeks, or at least near normal. So definitely not seeing an excess of precipitation. And then here's going to be the temperatures for that same period of time. It does look like we stay warm, so warm and dry overall, which is kind of unusual. We would normally expect it to be, because warm air has more moisture, but it does look like it's going to be warmer and dry. That's what it looks like right now. Again, as you can see up there, it says updated every Friday from the Climate Center. So we'll have to see if that changes. And while I'm thinking of it, because I mentioned Labor Day weekend, let's look ahead to that's beyond the 7-day forecast. It does stay warm. We do see multiple chances for rain. However, we see that chance for rain next Friday. I mentioned that because of that ball game. And then next week, and this is Labor Day weekend. This is Labor Day. Looking dry for Labor Day weekend, with the exception being Friday. It depends on how you quantify or how you qualify Labor Day weekend. Saturday and Sunday, we do have dry weather. And then as we head into Monday and Tuesday of Labor Day, and then the day after Labor Day, looking like we do have the chance for wet weather. Okay, let me see. I'm loving the fall weather. However, I would understand, I work with a couple of people who love the warm weather. That's for sure. Oh. Okay, so yes. Sorry, I was going through some of those questions. Okay. Thank you guys, Becky and John. Yes, it is hump day. I used to hate that. I used to hate when people would say, like, I don't know why, actually. But I would hate it. Now I don't mind it at all. Like, yeah, it's hump, we're getting over the hump. I think I hated it because of that commercial. I think it was like State Farm. I don't hate State Farm. I just hated the camel. You guys know what I'm talking about, probably. Yes. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so beautiful weather across the area. Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say. Actually, I'm impressed with myself that I was able to fill 16 minutes now and counting. But a part of that is because of your questions, so I do appreciate that, the interaction. I'm pretty sure I checked this earlier, but let me just make sure there's no convective outlook for that Tuesday. Yeah, not right now. So we'll keep checking back for those storm chances. Okay. And no tropical activity either. It was funny, the National Weather Service in, I think it was New Orleans, put out a tweet that said, no tropical activity expected in the next 7 days. However, don't eat your hurricane snacks yet because because you always want to have like that, what do we call it? Like a kit, like a safety kit, severe weather kit. We call it around here, of course, a hurricane kit in those prone areas. And yeah, they said, we still have several months left in hurricane season. It goes all the way through the end of November. So, but, that's good news because a lot of folks do vacation over Labor Day, and it looks like it's going to be okay for now. So, yeah. Yeah, so it definitely gets warmer this weekend. We actually, Steve and I talked about it yesterday and kind of lowered the weekend temperatures. Still going to be warm. Let me actually look at, while we're here, let me look at the heat index this weekend. I suspect it's not going to be much above the low 90s, but let's see. Yeah, it like touches 90 Saturday. Sunday, what is this? Gosh, are my eyes going bad? I sure hope not. Still like near 90 Sunday as well. So yeah, so not bad, even when we do see the humidity increase. Okay, all right, you guys are great. Love the interaction. Even if you're just commenting on the weather, I love it. Because oftentimes I kind of agree with you. Yeah, I have the windows open in my house. I love, Steve always talks about it because, he has so many dogs. He loves opening up the windows because obviously the cleanest dog still smells like a dog, right? And so you get kind of that smell out, get the refreshing air inside. I only have one dog and she smells like a dog, which is fine, but it is nice to get that refreshing air. I have a purifier air purifier to get rid of that, but obviously it's not perfect. So I've been doing that, probably do it for a couple more days, maybe have to turn on the AC again by Friday, but yeah, looks pretty nice. Okay, I'm going to go get ready for the afternoon newscast. I'll be on at 3 and 4 o'clock and have your latest forecast then. Obviously, Steve Horstmeyer will be on after that. We have some funky schedules for the next couple of days. And then, well, really, with our 5-member weather team, somebody's always off, right? So some funky schedules through September as well, October. But I will be on at 3 and 4 today. Steve will be on after me, and then tomorrow again. I think Ethan will have your 19 at noon. So, yeah. But again, thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day. I hope you have some time to enjoy the weather. All right, bye guys.